One of the most challenging parts of being a dentist is when your patients refuse x-rays. When they say, I don't want x-rays this time, or didn't I just have them and that time was like 10 years ago, and you are stuck. What to say to these patients? It's a conflict. So what to say when your patients refuse x-rays? My name is Paul, Dr. Nacho Goodman, and I want to help you with this because words can be a system just like bonding, just like placing an implant. What words to say? How do we train ourselves? How do we train our team to say these words? And let me help you with a few simple talking points. So there's two reasons patients will refuse x-rays: cost or radiation. Let's go over cost first. So let's say it's your hygienist. Hygienist says, okay, Mrs. Smith, you're due for your full mouth series of x-rays. And Mrs. Smith says, I don't want x-rays, no x-rays for me. I don't want x-rays. The patient, if you try to use logic to defeat an emotional argument, it's not gonna work. So what you or your hygienist can say at this point is, a lot of people feel that way. I don't like x-rays myself. Would you share your thoughts with me? Could you tell me more about why you don't want x-rays? Oh, they're super expensive. My insurance doesn't cover it. They're all emotionally charged up. And you can say, I totally get that. What I'd like to share with you is, if we don't see something on an x-ray, like a cavity, a $200 cavity, here's the magic, a $200 cavity can turn into a $2,000 root canal and crown, and then don't say anything. The patient will usually be silent for a few seconds, and then you can say, hey, is it okay if we take those x-rays? And most of the time, the patient's going to say, yes, go ahead. You shared your why, you made them feel normal for having these objections, and this is gonna help you and your hygienist get those x-rays that you need to do proper diagnosis and make sure you really don't want a $200 cavity to turn into a $2,000 root canal and crown. Some people are not concerned about cost. They're concerned about radiation. And that can be totally normal. We think of all kinds of radiation, our cell phones, flying on planes. And even though dental radiation is so low, patients don't know that. And they say things like, I just had a CAT scan. I had a CAT scan of the CAT scan. I just had an MRI. I don't want my dental x-rays. It's not a cost thing. It's a radiation thing. So first say, I don't want it for I don't want these x-rays. There's way too much radiation. Say, hey, a lot of people feel that way. I don't want extra radiation from my dentist. I go here too. But the way it works is key. The way it works is these x-rays have just tiny amounts of radiation in them, much less than traveling on an airplane and doing the other things we do, like going on vacation and being in the sun. And the way it works is we just take the absolute minimum number of x-rays we need to keep the radiation as low as possible. And the reason we take these is so that we can check for cavities, we can check for bone shrinkage, we can check for other problems so we can solve them before they get too big. We want to solve them before they get too big. And those are two talking points to deal with patients who object to x-rays for cost or radiation. If I can help you in any way, just reach out to us at dentalnachos.com. Email me at salsa@dentalnachos.com. If this helps you, I would love to hear from you.